Walk down any aisle of virtually any store and you'll get a strong reminder of just how much the world depends on plastic. And now, for the first time, we know how much has been produced since it went into mass production in 1950. 8.3 billion metric tons.
We were all taken aback. I came up with a little thought experiment, and I spread out plastic waste ankle deep. And I was able to, with 8.3 billion metric tons, I was able to cover an area the size of Argentina, which is the 8th largest country in the world.
Geyer and two other researchers analyzed data from all over the world. They determined that plastic for packaging makes up by far the largest amount of plastic waste, more than 40%. Building and construction materials were second, making up about 20%. And one of the fastest growing categories of plastic waste is synthetic fibers, commonly found in clothing.
Plastic fibers, right, so the nylon, the polyamide, the polyester is just plastic. So in principle, it can be recycled, but it's very, very difficult for economic reasons. It's really difficult to collect and then separate. We actually assume that fiber recycling rate is currently 0.
Geyer says the overall current global recycling rate for plastic is low, just 14%, with Europe doing better at 30%, China at 25%, and the U.S. at only 9%. In an earlier study, Professor Geyer also found that plastic debris had been discovered in all major ocean basins. An estimated 4 to 12 million metric tons of plastic waste generated on land entered the marine system in a single year. Geyer says the best way to cut plastic waste is to reduce and reuse, something these young beachgoers already do.
Usually when we go out to like fast food restaurants, my mom says don't use straws.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
bad
get
for the
straws.
ocean.
Yeah, and I make a rule that every time I come to the beach, I have to pick up at least 5 pieces of trash.
That gives Geyer some hope, for he says if we continue as we are now by 2050, there'll be enough plastic waste to cover Argentina twice over. Mark New, CGTN, Santa Barbara, California.